What's up, my PT peeps? One Eye Brad back to talk about Fear the Walking Dead and do a discussion about who is the show following, kind of who is the leader, just general discussion on there. Obviously, spoiler warning if you're not up to date on the show, because we're going to talk about all 3 seasons of it so far up to date. So if you don't want to know or you're not up to date, stop watching now, but here we go. Now, Fear the Walking Dead is not the best show of this series, but it's a good show, and it's getting better from seasons 1, 2 to 3. And from the very beginning, a lot of people feel that Madison is the leader, and that's the main person on the show. But no doubt she is a leader of the show, maybe the leader, but I don't think she is the person that the show focuses on. Like The Walking Dead, Rick Grimes is the main guy. The show opened up with Rick Grimes. It's kind of the Rick Grimes story. But Fear the Walking Dead started with Nick, and that's a big clue to who the show is mainly focusing on, who the story is about, and who's kind of the big leader of the show. Now, Madison is a big part of the show, don't get me wrong, but I feel like Nick is the story of Fear the Walking Dead, and that may be what hurts the show and whatever, but it's a different take on it. Now, we're following a drug addict who has had a crazy life so far, and he's kind of built for the zombie apocalypse, you know? So it may be a big part, and he maybe turns his life around, but he has been around this world of chaos and just in the regular normal world, so this might be somewhat normal to him, right? If that's a weird connection. But he was around patient zero right here, so he's connected with walkers from the very beginning, which is pretty cool to think that, you know, we saw patient zero. But if you think about it, Nick, or Nicholas, whatever you call him, but Nick has been involved with every major character so far in one way or another. He has been part of the family. He brought Strand to the group. He's been involved with Daniel. He's been involved with Troy and the new group for season 3. And it's just crazy to think about how Nick has evolved so far. And hopefully they don't bring his drug addiction back around, because that was the early part of it. But he was a big part with Daniel as well. And it's pretty cool to think that we see the evolution of a character, but we need more of that than the show. And he's kind of the first whisperer right here, as he was the first person to cover themselves in blood or zombie guts or whatever by accident. But as we know, Fear the Walking Dead predates The Walking Dead. He was the big connection with Luciana, the Colonia, these people to bring him across there. And it's just a funny aspect, because I was talking with a couple people about it, and we had this discussion of who's the story about, who's the main focus on there, and I believe it's Nicholas, or Nick, and some people think it's Madison, but I go with Nick. So what do you think? Is it Nick? Is it Madison? It doesn't really matter, because the show's going to focus on different characters, and these two people are connected, and they'll probably be around for the whole entire series. Madison is a strong character. She's okay. People are connecting her with, like, she's the female Rick Grimes, even though she's not. I mean, but Madison she's okay. She's annoying. She has the bad facial expressions. She shows no emotion. She's just not the best character, and the show does tend to focus on her. But I would like more focus on Nick and Daniel and Strand and even new people to come around, because that's the problem with the show, is that we don't care about it. We don't care about the characters as much. Like, Nick could die and you're like, nah, that's all right. They don't really have the big emotional connection with these characters like we do for The Walking Dead. When they kill a character on that show, it's like, oh my god, I can't believe they got rid of him, especially a main character. Now, the main characters are clearly Madison, Travis, Alicia, Nicholas, and Chris, and a lot of those people are starting to die off. And one of the bigger characters that just died is Travis. And is it a big deal? Yes and no. I mean, Travis started to turn it around. He was kind of a pacifist, and then he's just, I'm going to kill everybody. I'm going to kill all these walkers. I'm going to kill these people. I'm going to kill these soldiers. And then they kill him off, and you're like, oh, crap. And I really hope Fear the Walking Dead has a plan going forward without Travis, but we'll see. Only time will tell. And for Nick, you know, is he going to be the whisper connection to The Walking Dead, even though they say no? How's it going to turn out at the ranch? Because the ranch is a pretty nice setup, besides the crazy guy Troy, the weird dad there, and just something's up with it for sure. They got to have enemies, who shot down the helicopter. But what do you make of it? Do you think Nick is the main guy? Do you think it's his story? It's Madison? I'm going with it's Nick. I don't think he's the right out leader. Maybe he does become the leader down the road if Madison dies or whatever they do with the story. But what do you think? Post your comments below, guys, of who the story is about for Fear the Walking Dead. Check out my book on barnesandnoble.com, amazon.com. Fight for Us, book 1 of a part series. Check me out on Instagram at the PT channel and Twitter as well. Post stuff all the time. Check out our Patreon page. Donations are welcome. $1 or anything if you can do it. If not, still love you anyway. And we got 3 more days for the charity campaign for the PT t-shirts going on. They're $25 with donations going to charity and the channel. And as always, check out the Walking Dead community page. You can post stuff about Fear the Walking Dead because that's connected to the universe. If you like this channel, guys, you'll like the group. If you do like this channel, hit that subscribe button today. Join our team, Team PT all the way. You guys are awesome, and thank you for watching.